Okay, for this one, you're going to need a calculator. Remember, you can grab a new tab, desmos.com. You can do your phone calculator, or you can do one of the yellow calculators over by the front door. I'm going to get a Desmos tab ready, and here we go. So we're going to be using this formula for simple interest that's here at the top. How much simple interest is earned on $4,000 in 3.5 years at an interest rate of 5.2. So remember that we have to identify first, okay, we're looking for the principal. The interest. That's our unknown. That's what we're going to be solving for. They did tell us what the principal is. Good. You're right. It's the $4,000 that they mentioned right there. Then they told us the rate and the time. The rate is 5.2%. So we convert to 0.052 decimal when we put it into the equation. And the time, they told us, is 3.5 years. So we write that down as 3.5. Remember, we want that into a form of years. And so we're going to convert that decimal. Okay, so now that we've got all of the variables identified, we can go plug into our equation of principal times rate times time. And feel free to pause the video. Go ahead and calculate that on your own calculator, please, and see what you get. Okay, good. I hope you got $728. Don't forget to put the $sign and the 0.00. Okay? All right. And because they only asked us for the interest, we got the I equals answer and we're done. Next, it says how much simple interest would 800 earn in 300 days in a non-leap year at an interest rate of 5.71, and we're going to round to the nearest cent. So again, we need to identify the interest is our unknown. It's what we're looking for. Principal this time is $800. Our rate is 5.71%, which we convert to 0.0571. How are you getting on those conversions? And the time is going to be 300 out of, how many days are in a non-leap year, like in a regular year? You got it, 365. So that's going to be our fraction. So we're going to say interest equals 800 times 0.0571 times 300 of 365. Notice all the work I'm showing in this doc. You can be handwriting this on the paper that you grabbed on the way in, or you can be typing it in the doc with me. I just copied and pasted that in, and it looks like it's earning us $37 and 0.545. So we look at the third digit, we see that it's 5 or more up the score, so we're going to make it rounded up to 37.55 cents. How'd you do on that? Did that make sense? So I'm going to use a little approximation symbol, $34.55. Came right here. Oh, sorry, $37.55. Okay, so there we go with our answer on that one, that the interest we earned is $37.55. How'd you do? Now, why was this one so much less than the last one? Because our principal was so much less. This one was 800, and the last one, the principal was 4,000. All right, now we're going to how much principal must be deposited in a 2-year simple interest account that pays 3.25% interest to earn 300 in interest. So this one's getting tricky. So how much principal means that this time our P is our unknown. So when looking at this I equals PRT, remember how we would divide to manipulate this equation to get the P by itself? If we divide both sides by RT, P would be equal to the interest divided by the rate and time. Now there's a little tiny insert equation option that lets us put in a fraction I over RT. Make that bigger. Okay, and then let's go see if we can identify those variables so we're going to know what we're going to plug in. Okay, so this time the interest we're trying to earn. We're trying to earn 300 in interest. Do you see right there where it says that? And then the rate is 3 1/4. We have to take that and make it 3.25% or 0.0325. How are you doing on that? 1/4 is equal to a 0.25. Are you okay with that? If you're not sure how I got that, 1/4, 1 divided by 4 is 0.25. That's the conversion in decimals. So that's something we're hoping you already know, but if not, I just wanted to show you that. So 3 1/4 is 3.25 or 0.0325. And then the time on this one it says 2-year simple interest account. So our time is 2. So let's go plug in. Our principal is equal to, actually I really want to just use the same equation I already did. Let's see if it'll let me copy and paste it. Yay. Okay, so the interest is 300 over our rate of 0.0325 times time of 2 years. Okay, so let's go plug that into Desmos. 300 divided by, so you have to use the divided by right here to get that fraction, or there's also a little fraction button, but I use the divided by. So here's the fraction button. So 300 over the rate, 0.0325 times 2 years. And so here we go, 4,615 and 38 cents. Notice when I cut it off, 4 or less, let it rest, so we don't have to round up. So the principal, I'm going to use the approximation symbol and a dollar sign, is 4,615 and 38 cents. And that's with rounding. And there we go. I'm going to go make this red. I'm going to make this highlighted so you can see that full key. Okay, how'd you do on that one? That one was kind of tricky in a couple places. Okay, next one. Marcos deposits 500 into a 2.5-year simple interest account. He wants to earn 200 in interest. What interest rate must the account pay? So taking our PRT, if I divide both sides by the P and the T, I'm going to get I, that the rate, let's do the insert equation again, that the rate is equal to the interest divided, I got to go get the fraction, interest divided by principal times time. All right, let's see if we can identify these variables. And then we'll plug in there. So for the interest, if he deposits 500, that's our original purchase, but he wants to earn 200. So the interest he wants to earn is 200. The amount he deposits is our principal. So that's 500. What interest rate? Oh, and then the time, 2.5 years. And we're trying to find the rate. So that's our unknown. So going to plug in, we've got 200 in interest that he's trying to earn with principal of 500 and time of 2.5 years. So going to plug this into Desmos, 200 divided by 500 times 2.5, a 0.16, actually it's equal, 0.16 or 16%, because we want to give the rate in a percent. How'd you do on that one? Moving things around so that we can get that rate. Okay. Number 5, notice how it has like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So it's our last one, but it's got lots of questions. So Ryan deposits $775 in an account that pays 4.24% simple interest for 4 years. And Brian does $775 in an account that pays the same interest for 1 year. So let's look for what's Ryan's interest after 4 years and what's Ryan's balance. And then how much did Ryan's account earn the first year? How much did it earn the 4th year? Then let's go to Brian's interest, Brian's balance, etc., etc. So we'll go down and look at these questions. Hang on. So our interest is our unknown. Our principal is 775. Our rate is 4.24, which we convert 0.0424. And the time for Ryan is 4 years. So going up here to plug it in, $775.0424 times 4 years. I'm going to go actually copy and paste that into Desmos. $131.44. Okay. What is his balance after 4 years? The balance is equal to his original principal plus the interest earned. So we take his original 775 principal and we add this 131.44 that he just got. Let's go put that in Desmos. And we've got 906.44 as his new balance. All right, how much did Ryan's account earn the first year? So if we have 131.44, so 131.44, if I divide that by 4, oops, I'm going to go on my little phone calculator here. It gives me 32.86 per year. Is that how we calculate it? Is that how it works out with the simple interest, where you're getting that much per year no matter what? And then how much interest did he earn in the fourth year? So the way that simple interest works is you can't just divide the amount that he earned by 4 and see how much it was, because after the first year, it now has a higher balance and he's earning the interest on that amount. So, I'm sorry, because it's simple interest, it is exactly what I just had. Sorry guys, we're doing the compound interest later, and I'll explain what that means. So he earned 32.86 in his first year, and he earned 32.86 in his fourth year. So the reason we're looking at this is because we're about to do the lesson on Tuesday on compound interest, and you're going to see that instead of making the same interest every year, no matter what, he's going to start earning interest on the balance as well. He's going to start earning interest on his interest. What is Brian's interest after the first year? So this is now going to the other guy, Brian. I equals PRT. He's also using a 775, the same rate of 0.424, and the time for him is only 1 year. So Brian, instead of Ryan, he's using the same rate, same amount, putting it in, but it's only for 1 year. And hey, look, it comes out to that 32.86. Okay, so what is Brian's balance after the first year? His balance is equal to the original principal plus his interest earned so his 775 plus 32.86 . So he now has 807.86 in the account. Suppose that Brian withdraws all the principal and interest after the first year and deposits it into another 1 year account at the same rate. What is his interest for the second year, round to the nearest cent? So what changed here? Brian, after the first year, now has a new starting principal. He's got 807.86. And his rate, same rate, 0.0424. And this is for a 1 year time again. So we go I equals principal, higher principal now, 807.86 times the rate, 0.0424, times the time of 1 year. Let's see, instead of earning 32.86 again for his second year, for his fourth year, etc., let's go see how much he earned the second year now. This time, instead of earning 32.86, he's earning 34.25. Slightly higher amount that he earned. And so it says to compare the interest that Brian earns with the interest that Ryan earns for the second year. Who earned more interest? So Brian earned 34.25 and Ryan earned 32.86. So let's go see what the difference is. $1.39. Now you might be thinking, who cares, $1.39? Well, we're always going to be looking for more ways to earn more on our money because over time, that small amount really adds up to a lot. So what is this lesson, this simple interest lesson leading us into? It's leading us into this lesson for Tuesday, how we're going to start talking about taking that new balance and adding it into a different account, compound interest, where you actually are going to earn money on your earnings. So you're going to earn slightly more, and it is a better type of account to have your money in, a compound interest account, not a simple interest account, so that you do earn a little bit more. All right, we're all done. How'd you do?